في الاستنشاق إلا أن تكون صائما. That go deep in regard to making that sniffing of the water, except that you are what? Fasting. Except that you are fasting. The second issue that barakallahu fikum is that the person causing himself to vomit will be nullifying, will be breaking his fast. But if he is overcome by nausea or things like that to the point that he is to be vomiting, then it is not barakallahu fikum for him to bring that day again, to fast that day back again. No. Likewise, the hijama, as we mentioned before the adhan, the person making the hijama on the one that has the hijama being done onto, that both of them are have their fasting to be invalid. As the Prophet ﷺ said, that the person doing the hijama and the one the hijama being done onto, their fasting is invalid. Their fasting is invalid. He said, وَإِفْطَارِ الْمَحْجُومِ بِسَبَبِ خُرُوجِ الدَّمِ مِنْهُ بِالْحِجَامَةِ وَأَمَّا الْحَاجِمِ فَلِكَوْنِهِ يَمَصُّ الْحَاجِمِ. He say فيطير إلى حلقه شيء من الدم وإذا حصل الحجامة بدون مص فإن الحجامة لا تفطر. He mentioned in regard to the issues of the person making the hijama and the person the hijama being done unto him. He say if for the person that the hijama is done unto him because of the coming out of blood, a lot of blood coming out of him or coming out of blood. So he say, as in regard to the person doing the hijama, it is because of being in direct contact with the person that he is doing the hijama onto him. So he say that perhaps something can barakallahu fikum pass his throat from blood, and from that then it will be invalidating his fasting. He say, if the hijama is done biduni massin, without no touching, meaning you don't have no direct contact with the blood, he say, فَإِنَّ الْحِجَامَةَ, that the hijama on that point on will not invalidate the fasting. Right? For the one that is making it, yes. For the one that is, let's say, if you doing the hijama on me, and you using the tools, right? Whether you're using like a cup that is with the suction, or using the fire with the suction, you're fasting because you don't have no contact with the blood, right? You might have gloves on and you don't apply your mouth and none like this. So, but for me, it is because of the ikhraju dam, because of the blood being coming out of the person, and the blood coming out of the person necessitate that the person will be having some weakness. He will feel tired. He will feel very weak. Don't you see when a person have this, what you call that, when the person his blood is very low? Huh? No, not dialysis. Huh? Huh? Anemia. Not low blow. No, not low. Anemia right there. Anemia, yeah. When a person has anemia, who said it? Somebody else? Yes. Not low blood sugar or high blood. Yeah. That one right there. Anemia. No, that's the one. What's that? What he say?
Diabetes?
No. We ain't talking about diabetes. Diabetes is something else. Right. Stroke. No, we're talking about the blood issue. No, if a person is having first of all, from that point on, he's unconscious. So he's fasting. And from that point on, he is nothing that is up onto him, because he is what? Unconscious. Because he is not aqil at that point. He is not aqil on that point. So his fasting, barakallah, is some issue. But we're talking about, let's say, a person having anemia, how you say it? Yeah. You will find him having, barakallah fikum, headaches, being tired quick, dizzy sometimes, and all of those things because of what? The lack of the lack of blood, and also being, it could be very cold, it could be very hot, and he's shivering. It's cold. Why? Because of the lack of the regular amount of blood. So, if a person do the hijama, then you will realize also he can put himself in that predicament. طيب? And as we mentioned that after the blood drive or whatnot, a person donating blood, you see how they want to give you a quick nourishment to help you regain the proper level of blood or amount of blood that the person needs. ويحصل هذه المفطرات ناسيا لا يحصل به الإفطار. If any individual commit any of these mufattirat out of forgetfulness, his fasting is not invalid. Because remember, we say these three situations. When a fasting person is in one of these three situations, if he does any act that will normally invalidate the fasting, because of these three situations, his fasting will still be good. We mentioned if he's doing it forcefully, forgetfulness, and unintentionally. Any of these things, barakallahu fikum, it happened to the person. If he do, barakallahu fikum, that which is from the mufattirat, then it is not, barakallahu fikum, to be nullifying his fasting. How about al-jima' if he has done it forgetfully? And I'm going to close it with that question. How about if a person, he forgetfully have intercourse with his wife in the day of Ramadan? Wow, no, it's funny, huh? You gonna come in, Akhi? Huh? No, I didn't say both. You guys want to make it very, very difficult or easy. I'm just saying, if a man forgetfully have intercourse with his wife in the day of Ramadan, what about that? In Nasina, mashallah, bad dalil. Why? Ash? Adam? He got to bring the day back. That's it. No, but if you got to bring the day back, though. Okay, so he forgot. No, we ain't on intention. We're saying forgetfully. He forgot. He forgot, and he went to his wife. But he forgot, though. We say this. We say. What was that? Huh? Right, that's what I'm saying. So we say, but he is saying the opposite of what you're saying.
You still have to practice. You still have to that day to stay away from food and drink the rest of the day.
Okay. But why? He forgot, though. We say these three conditions. But he forgot. Okay, how about if I drink? Did I forget? I forgot. Now I gotta pay that day again. No. I forgot.
No, you continue.
Okay. What about him then?
Because if you do the same thing as far as if it's not intentional, as far as if you drink unintentionally, you just have to bring that day back.
You remember I say forget fully. Stick with that word. I say forget fully. I didn't say intentionally. I didn't say forcefully.
It's a matter that can come with it.
The man has done it forgetfully. طبعا. I mean, أخي, rest your shirt though. I don't never ask something that we didn't cover. I don't. That's out of fairness. Before jima', before the actual intercourse, there are many stages that a person will take before finding himself in his wife. So out of all of those things, it is time to remember that he is fasting. If he, from barakallah fikum, touching his wife, or feeding on his wife, or kissing on his wife, tayyib, that all of those actions, you cannot forget that you are fasting up until you have intercourse with your wife. So if it is done, it was not barakallah fikum out of forgetfulness.
What if he was? No.
That's what I'm saying. That's a question. Now, this is what you would say. As mashallah, Shaykh Uthaymin rahimahullah mentioned this. He said all of these things that will take place, the man cannot be doing it out of forgetfulness. Even if he claimed that it was out of forgetfulness, it's impossible. Huh? Huh? Now, if he got mental problem, that's another issue. But we say, if he say, okay, I have done this forgetfully, you tell him, listen, out of the whole process, right, you cannot be doing the whole process out of forgetfulness. Taban. So what will be upon him is that he broke that day, and he has to do what he was saying about what? He got to do al-qada, he got to do al-kafara, and what else? Huh? Al-kafara, al-qada, al-kafara, and he is al-imsak. The third one is al-imsak. He has to do al-qada. He got to wait after Ramadan to fast that day. And then to make the kafara, first, we studied that hadith last week. It is to first do what? Free a slave. فَإِن لَمْ يَسْتَطِعْ صِيَامُ شَهْرَيْنِ مُتَتَابِعَيْنِ 2 month consecutive month. If he doesn't have the ability to do so, he will feed 60 people. If he cannot do that, nothing on him. سُقِطَ عَلَيْهِ. That's a trick question. I can do that. I can do that. Right. But taba'an though, if a person say I forgot, but shuf, this companion he say halaktu. Right? I destroyed myself. The Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, ماذا قال له ما لك ما لك, what had happened to you? He say وقعت في امرأتي, I have had intercourse with my wife. وأنا صائم, while I was fasting. It takes barakallahu fikum, it takes a process before it's not like animals. Before a man come to his wife, it takes a process, barakallahu fi. It's not like how a donkey they would just do the action. But there is a mental state that the person is. There is a physical change in your body that you can see. Sorry, that's PG-18. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sallam. Faddal akhi.
Some of us have family members who they may be sick, they have a permanent sickness, but they say, I want to fast, I want to do it for Allah.
Ahsanta.
Find that it's virtue.
As if the brother mentioned, alhamdulillah, this is why we're learning, that you find some of the Muslims, they might have hirth, they might have a strong zeal to please Allah, but they are sick, a sickness that they will not, nobody hoping for them to recover from, right? Or a sickness that if they fast, they can be harmed by that fasting. So that individual, you tell them, listen, fattaqullaha mastata'tum. Are you fasting for Allah? Are you doing this for Allah? Then Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala has given you a udhr, an excuse, and an alternative that you can do. You can't fast, feed a person for the one. That barakallah fiikum la yurja bari'uhu, that nobody is hoping for him to be recovering. So it is not about emotion, but rather it is about following the nusus, the text. Last. Akhi, where were you at? Huh? Barakallah.